guys have Tori.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you. I'd like to start off by going over confidentiality, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's great.
Do you know anything about confidentiality?
I think I know a little, but I'd like to know.
Okay, so anything you say will be held confidential. I won't tell anybody unless you express harm to yourself or harm to others, or my records get suspended by court.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you start by telling me what brings you in today?
Well, lately I've been really self-conscious about my weight, and I'm realizing that it is a problem, but I'm just not knowing what I should do about it or like where I should start. And I've had problems maintaining routines, and it's hard for me to. I just don't know where to start.
Okay. And so when did you first start to see this problem?
Well, I've always kind of been a compulsive eater. Either I'm bored or I'm sad or I'm any emotion really. I feel like food is the answer. And it's not until recently that I've kind of noticed that food being my answer isn't necessarily the best for me, as it's causing me more health concerns as being overweight. And I'm just starting to notice recently that I do have a problem, but it's just hard to find a solution.
Yeah, that makes sense. That they're hard to find and hard to commit to.
Yes.
Totally understandable. What changes would you like to see?
I mean, I don't need to see changes rapidly, but I would like to know that what I'm doing is effective and it actually is working for me. I don't want to feel as though what I'm doing is useless and pointless. I want to feel motivated. I want to know what I'm doing. I don't need to see dramatic changes, but I want to know what I'm doing it and I'm able to, and like the weight is decreasing and I'm feeling better about myself.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Those are good goals that you don't necessarily care about what's gonna appear on the outside. You just want to know that your health is getting better just by you doing things personally. What kind of things would you like to do to be able to implement the changes that
I
you
mean,
want?
I work a lot, so I don't have a whole lot of time like to go to the gym, and it's hard for me to stay in a routine because there are so many other things I do, so it's hard to stay specific. But I mean, I'd be up to like some physical activity and like maybe working on like what I eat and like maybe working on why I eat.
How would you say your eating is now?
Um, I would say it's not very good. Like when I'm bored or like lonely or sad, which I've noticed I've been very sad and like lonely more often, is when I eat a lot. And like even when I'm mad or like happy, like I still find like food is like my go-to. Like I it's just like the most comfortable thing to me, and like it's just the easiest, most like thing out there for me to just go to.
Yeah, food's easy to find comfort in. A lot of people.
Exactly, comfort.
Exactly. Um, so going back, you said that you'd be open to more physical activity. What kind of physical activity do you do now?
Well, I try every day to go on walks by the water. I think that's pretty much all the activity that I really do.
Do you want it to be more intense than just walking to by the water? Or are you fine with it just being like you walk to the water every day?
I mean, I like walking to the water, but I feel like I would be able to up the intensity a bit if that is something that could help me.
Do you want to join a gym or just up the intensity of the walking that you do now? Like keep it simple for now.
I feel like just right now where I am, I'm not ready to go to the gym. I'm just kind of like, I don't want people to think anything of me of going to the gym, seeing this person, being like, oh, like what are they doing here? Like I don't know, like I'm just think I'm kind of not ready to go to the gym, but like me on my personal time, I think I'm ready to do more high intensity physical activity outside of the gym.
That's totally understandable. The gym can be very intimidating. What ways could you now, what things could you do now to up the intensity of your walking?
Well, I mean, like on my walks, like I could even do them more frequently, or like go for longer, or even go like faster. I guess like I know I'm not able to jog, but like even like walking faster, or like finding like weights or something to carry with me. Like I know there's options out there, but it's just hard for me to stick to them.
No, those sound really good for like a start. Like you sound like you're on the right path to get started, and like you kind of know where you want to go and like what ballpark you want to play in. Is there any support to help you with these changes in your life?
Well, I have a sister who's very far away, but I visit her once a year when I can, and it's really nice to see her. It makes me feel a lot better. It's nice to have like that connection with like family, and it just feels good. And my mom, she's in a home, and I try to visit her every day, but I don't like to tell my mom my problems because I feel as though like she has enough to worry about. I don't want to make it about me. I want to spend time with my mom and not have to like throw all this problems at my mom.
No, that's understandable. You don't want to burden. You don't want to feel like you're burdening your mom with your problems and stuff. Is there any other relationships in your life that are more frequent than just seeing your sister once a year?
I really like to make connections with people, and I love making relationships with people, but I just don't have a lot of like long term. I haven't really been in long term relationships, nor do I really like enjoy long term relationships.
Is there any reason behind why you don't enjoy long relationships, or is it just simple, like they're not your thing?
I mean, I guess they're just not my thing, but for me, it's just, I don't know if it's like the commitment, or like it's kind of like scary to think about that it's so long, and it's just kind of hard for me to see myself in that mindset. So I just don't think, I can't see myself personally like that.
No, that's totally understandable. A lot of people are like that. How do you feel when you make like the short-term connections? Like, what are you feeling within those connections?
I like them. It makes me feel like good and happy. Like, it's nice to have those people to talk about, where you can make those like first connections, and you get to talk about everything that you're passionate about, and like things that you like and you don't like, and like finding people that like the same things as you and don't like. Like, it's great, those like quick like sparks and stuff. Like, they are so good, and they make me feel so good.
So what I'm hearing is you just like, you really enjoy the spark that you connect with people.
Yeah.
And like, you just like to keep it at that. Like, you don't want it to progress further.
Exactly. Yeah.
So back to your eating. How would you implement a plan to like change that? Like, what can you do for yourself?
I mean, I guess getting on like a routine with my eating, because I know right now like it's more of, I just eat when it's like convenient for myself. But I think like making like a plan, and knowing that like I need to eat breakfast when I wake up in the morning, and like not to eat so late at night, because that's like, I'll eat like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I know it's not good for me. But it's not the fact that it's not that I know it's not good for me, but that's not good enough of an answer for me to stop.
Do you know what kind of foods like you do like to eat that are like more on the healthy side?
I'm not overly like, I don't like vegetables. It's just, I like stuff that's easy for me. So I guess like grabbing like an apple or something instead of like a bag of chips, or just like finding like alternatives that like, to me, that I can like just as much. But it's just hard to find those alternatives.
No, for sure. Like finding what you like, and like you have to kind of experiment a little bit. Is experimenting with different foods something you'd be open to?
I think so. I think it's a good start.
Do you know anything like of ways that would make experimenting with food easier? Like what you could do?
I mean, being able to like go out and buy some, and like try it, and maybe like try to like mix foods together, not just have like one thing. Like, try to make it creative and make it into something that I like.
I don't know if this is something you'd be interested in, but there also like are cooking classes available within the community that we could look into for you, like pamphlets and stuff, if that's something you're interested in.
I think that'd be good. I think that'd be really helpful.
Because that like might create the short sparks relationships that you like, and but also like learning more about like eating healthy kind of thing, if that's something you're interested in.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Do you have like a budget that you like, that is anything like, is that going to be in the way of you like trying to get to
start off? No, I don't think so. Like, I'm so determined with this that like, I know money is there, but like right now, like my self-worth right now to me is more important.
I think that's very good that you can see that like, that you're putting this as something like ahead of everything. That's something that you recognize that it's something important to you. I just want to touch upon like, how long have you been struggling with like your self-esteem, and like,
I would say ever since like I was a child, like it's always been like at the back of my head, like kind of eating me away. But like the older I get, the bigger it grows, and the more like stressful it gets. And I guess I've just kind of pushed it away for so long, and like it's just kind of hard to all deal with at the same time, with work and like my mom, and like trying to fit on all this other stuff. It's kind of just all exploding at once.
That's completely understandable. Sometimes it's overwhelming when there's so many things on your plate, and like fitness doesn't always take like number one over a lot of things, which is completely understandable. It's like that for a lot of people. What kind of like characteristics do you think that you possess that will like help you, so you can recognize like your strengths, so you know that like you can do this and stuff like that?
Well, like I guess I would say I'm determined, but like I'm also reasonable about it. Like, I know that like I'm not just gonna like in 2 weeks all of a sudden be skinny and be like right on the right track and like have everything down perfect. So like, I'm open to change, and I'm open to like the fact that like it's not always going to be like what I want and go the way that it is. But I know that like, as long as I'm determined and like I try, like if I continue with it, that I will see goals, but maybe not as drastic as I would like to begin with.